It's June and it's time to prune and shear your pines. We have here a Scotch Topiary Pine and it's time for its annual haircut. All of your pines are to be sheared or pruned come about June 15th. You want to get them while the growth is still soft and they haven't started to completely harden off. That way, by the time it hardens off, you have a finished product that's nice and full. Salvador is going to do a demonstration as to how we shear our pines here. Go ahead, Salvador. We use, there's any type of shear can be used. We use a Japanese hard steel shear here that works really well. These shears here have already pruned a few thousand topiaries and they still have a good blade and are working well. You can use a 6-inch Corona shear, anything that's sharp enough in your home to go ahead and cut. You'll see what we do is Salvador is going down to the old needle, not cutting the old needle off, but just right down to that tip. And you want to make sure and do that because if you leave the candles too long, your topiary will start to look scraggly and the balls will become too large, or the clouds will become too large, and you lose the form of the topiary pine. So it's really imperative that you go down to that old needle. Leaving it too long creates a not so nice looking plant. We always start at the top and work our way down to the bottom. And you'll want to make sure and clean the needles off once you're done. So you just take it and give it a good shake and get all of the dead out. That way you don't have any problems with dead wood up in the top that can enter in disease. So June 15th would be the date to accomplish this by. And it really depends on your spring or the temperatures that you've had. If you're later, you can go a little bit later, but that's our general rule, is the 15th. Give them a nice good haircut and do this year after year. You'll keep great shape and your topiary pines will always look good in your landscape. Now there is a chance you could go too deep into the cloud or the ball of the pine, and you want to be careful with that. I'll show you here. He has left from where the old bud was 1 inch to about 1.5 inches. If you go beyond that, if you go in too tight, you will then cut off next year's buds, which would then create a plant that is not going to have a lot of new flushes and won't look as full or as green. So make sure not to go too deep. Also, your shears that you'll be using are obviously really sharp, and you want to be very careful when you're doing this. If you have any questions or concerns about that, you might want to go to your local garden center or to a landscaper to have them come in and to do this for you. But it is a pretty simple process, something to not be too afraid to do. But as you can see, you can do a topiary pine in about 5 to 10 minutes. We on the farm have many thousand topiary pines, and our employees have been with us for quite some time. They do an excellent job, and it takes us about a month to do all of our pruning on the farm. Salvador is one of many that do this work, and we're appreciative of all their hard work. So we want to thank Salvador for showing us how to do this.